Have you ever felt like your words, no matter how carefully crafted, seem to dissolve into thin air the moment you send them? It's as if you're pouring out your thoughts, your emotions, your presence, only to be met with silence. It stings, doesn't it? To feel unseen, unheard, as if the essence of who you are barely registers in someone else's life. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if, instead of being overlooked, your words carried a weight so undeniable they couldn't help but pause, reflect, and respond? What if you could make them feel the pulse of your presence, even when you're not around? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." The same principle applies to how we communicate. Instead of obsessing over why someone doesn't respond or notice us, we shift our focus to creating something they can't ignore. It's not about manipulation or flashy words. It's about tapping into the timeless principles of human connection, understanding what makes people tick, what draws them in, and what keeps them engaged. This is the art of communication when done right. Not loud or overbearing, but powerful, subtle, and unforgettable. Think of it this way: communication is like planting seeds in a garden. Most messages scatter like stray seeds in the wind, forgotten before they even touch the soil. But the right words, delivered with intention and care, sink deep, take root, and grow into something meaningful. They linger in the mind of the person reading them, making them wonder, think, and even crave more. When you learn how to craft such messages, you won't just catch their attention, you'll capture their imagination, their curiosity, and even their emotions. The truth is, most of us are surrounded by noise, constant notifications, endless conversations, and a stream of forgettable interactions. To stand out, your words must cut through that noise, not by being louder, but by being more resonant. Imagine the power of sending a message that doesn't just get a reply, but stays with them long after. A message that feels so personal, so attuned to who they are, it creates a connection they can't ignore. This isn't about impressing them, it's about reaching them on a level that feels rare and deeply human. We all want to feel seen, understood, and valued. It's one of the most basic desires of human existence. But here's the secret most people overlook. The best way to be noticed is to notice. When you craft messages that reflect genuine care, curiosity, and appreciation, you become a presence they can't forget. You're no longer just another voice in the crowd. You're the voice that makes them pause, the one they want to hear again. Imagine this. You're sitting by a quiet lake at dawn. The water is still, reflecting the first light of the day. Suddenly, a small pebble drops into the water, creating ripples that expand outward, touching every corner of the lake. That's what the right message can do. It creates ripples in someone's mind, gently nudging their thoughts back to you, again and again. It's not about forcing a reaction. It's about creating an impact so subtle yet profound that they can't help but feel it. This isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset shift. The ancient Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, our actions, our intentions, our efforts, while letting go of the rest. In communication, this means crafting messages that reflect your best self, your genuine intentions, without obsessing over the outcome. You can't control how someone responds, but you can control the kind of energy you put into your words. And when that energy is rooted in authenticity and care, it becomes something they can't ignore. Perhaps you're thinking, can I really do this? Can my words carry that kind of weight? The answer is a resounding yes. Because it's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. When you take the time to think about what resonates with someone, what matters to them, and how they see the world, your messages naturally take on a depth and meaning that others lack. They stop being mere words on a screen and become moments of connection, moments they'll remember. So, here's the truth. Your voice matters, your presence matters, and with the right approach, you can ensure that they not only hear you, but feel the impact of your words long after the conversation has ended. You're not just reaching out, you're creating an experience, one that lingers, one that matters. And isn't that what we all truly crave? To be a presence that doesn't just fill the silence, but transforms it into something meaningful. This is the power of human psychology paired with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. It's the art of communicating in a way that is both grounded and deeply impactful. And it begins with a single step: believing in your ability to create ripples with your words. Once you embrace that power, you'll never be ignored again. The power of affirmation lies in its ability to reshape your reality, reminding you of your worth and guiding you toward your goals with unwavering confidence. My words carry value that cannot be ignored. Take a moment to write this affirmation in the comments below and make it your truth. Let it be the spark that transforms your communication into something unforgettable. If this resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're pouring our hearts into creating meaningful content to empower and inspire you, and your support means everything. Thank you for being part of this journey. Number 1. The curiosity hook. Have you ever felt that magnetic pull of a mystery, like seeing a book with no title or hearing someone say, "You'll never believe what happened next"? Your mind races to uncover what's hidden just beyond reach. That's the power of curiosity. It's a psychological force that weaves its way into your thoughts and refuses to let go. Now, imagine harnessing that power in your messages, crafting words so intriguing they can't help but reply. It's not just possible, it's an art, and today you'll learn how to master it. As Albert Einstein famously said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. This profound truth doesn't just apply to the mysteries of the universe, it's a cornerstone of human connection. When you ignite someone's curiosity, you don't just grab their attention, you awaken their desire to engage, to uncover the story, and to stay connected. Think of curiosity as a lock, and your message as the key. Most messages try to batter down the door with generic lines like, "Hey, how's it going?" But the curiosity hook? It slides effortlessly into place, unlocking their mind and drawing them in. It's not about saying everything, it's about saying just enough to leave them wanting more. Imagine you're walking through a dense forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a narrow path. At the entrance stands a sign that reads, "What lies ahead will change everything." Do you walk away, or does your heart quicken as you step onto the path, eager to discover what's beyond? This is exactly what a well-crafted curiosity hook does in a conversation. It opens a door to the unknown, inviting them to follow where your words lead. For example, sending a message like, "I just thought of something about you that's fascinating, but it's hard to explain over text," plants a seed in their mind. What did you think of? Why is it hard to explain? Suddenly, their thoughts are orbiting your message, replaying it, and waiting for the next clue. This is curiosity at its finest, a gentle nudge that lingers in their mind, drawing them closer without force. Or try something playful. "You'll never guess what I just learned about you today." This creates an irresistible question they'll want to answer. It's human nature to be intrigued by the unknown, especially when it feels personal. By leaving the conclusion open-ended, you create a space they can't help but step into. Curiosity isn't just a tool for attraction, it's a bridge that connects two minds in dialogue. When you craft a curiosity hook, you're not simply sending a message, you're starting a conversation that feels alive, dynamic, and engaging. It's like handing someone a puzzle with just enough pieces to get them started, leaving the rest to their imagination. And isn't that what great connections are all about? Inviting the other person to fill in the gaps, to bring their perspective and energy into the mix. When you pair curiosity with genuine intention, you tap into something extraordinary. It's not about being manipulative, it's about creating moments of intrigue that resonate deeply. The Stoics believed in the power of restraint, of letting things unfold naturally. By holding back just enough in your messages, you allow curiosity to do the heavy lifting, turning a simple interaction into a lasting memory. So, are you ready to transform the way you communicate? Start by crafting your own curiosity hook. Whether it's a thoughtful observation or a playful hint, remember to leave a little mystery. Let your words invite them into the story, rather than trying to tell it all at once. My words spark curiosity and create connections that matter. Write this in the comments to anchor this truth into your mindset. And if this lesson resonates with you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working tirelessly to bring you life-changing insights like this, and your support helps us keep creating content that makes a difference. Let's spark the world with curiosity, one message at a time. Number 2. The nostalgia trigger. Have you ever caught a faint scent, heard an old song, or seen a photograph that transported you back to a moment so vivid it felt like you were there again? Nostalgia has a unique way of stopping time, pulling you into the warmth of a memory that feels like home. Now imagine sending a message that creates that same feeling for someone else, a moment that takes them back to a shared laugh, an adventure, or a time when life felt just a little brighter because you were a part of it. As writer Milan Kundera beautifully put it, the struggle of man against power is the struggle of memory against forgetting. Nostalgia isn't just about remembering, it's about keeping the essence of meaningful moments alive. When you use the nostalgia trigger in your messages, you're not just reaching out, you're giving them a gift, a bridge back to something they may have cherished and forgotten. Think of it as lighting a candle in a dark room. The flame may be small, but its warmth and light fill the space, pushing away the shadows. Nostalgia works the same way. It illuminates the corners of someone's heart, where the most treasured moments are stored. A message that reminds them of a shared memory isn't just a text. It's a spark that reignites connection and belonging. Let's take a moment to imagine how this works. Suppose you send something like, "Remember that time we got lost on our way to that party and ended up laughing so hard we couldn't even care anymore? That popped into my head today, and it still makes me smile." This isn't just a message, it's an invitation. You're inviting them to step into that moment again, to relive the laughter and the connection you shared. Nostalgia triggers an emotional response that feels comforting and familiar, making your words unforgettable. Nostalgia is powerful because it touches something universal in all of us. We all have those moments of joy, adventure, or even quiet connection that anchor us to the people we shared them with. By referencing those memories, you're not only reminding them of the good times, but also reinforcing the idea that you've been an important part of their story. It's a reminder that, in a world that's always moving forward, there's still value in looking back and cherishing what brought us here. Think of nostalgia as the fingerprints left on a foggy window. They fade over time, but with the right touch, you can bring them back into focus. Your message becomes that touch, clearing the glass and revealing something meaningful that was always there, waiting to be remembered. You're not just crafting a message, you're creating a moment of warmth, connection, and reflection. As you use the nostalgia trigger, keep it personal and genuine. This isn't about manipulation or exaggeration. It's about speaking directly to the heart of shared experiences. It could be something as simple as, "Hey, do you remember the time we stayed up all night talking about the wildest dreams? I thought about it today and realized how much that meant to me." Messages like these leave a lasting impact because they're not only heartfelt, but also rooted in authenticity. Now, imagine how they'll feel when they read your message. They'll smile, they'll reflect, and most importantly, they'll remember. Nostalgia has a way of softening walls and bridging distances, making even the most distant connections feel closer. It's a gentle nudge that says, "I haven't forgotten. You matter." So as you think about the people in your life, ask yourself, what moments do you share that deserve to be remembered? What laughter, adventures, or quiet comforts could you bring back into the light with just a few words? Nostalgia isn't just about the past. It's about creating a foundation for future connections. Every time they think of that memory, they'll think of you, the person who made them feel seen, valued, and a little closer to the warmth of yesterday. Here's your affirmation. I am the keeper of meaningful memories, and my words create connections that last. Write this in the comments below as a declaration of your commitment to building bridges through nostalgia. And if you found this lesson powerful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you life-changing insights like this one, and your support helps us reach more people who need these tools. Let's spread the light of meaningful connection, one message at a time. Number 3, the only you effect. Imagine walking into a crowded art gallery. Every painting is beautiful in its own way, but then you spot one, a masterpiece that speaks to you like no other. It's not just the colors or the brushstrokes. It's the feeling it evokes, the way it resonates with something deep within you. That's the power of the only you effect. A message so tailored, so uniquely reflective of the person receiving it, that it feels like it could never belong to anyone else. And just like that painting, it becomes unforgettable. As philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." The only you effect captures this truth by acknowledging the uniqueness of others. When you craft a message that highlights their individuality, you're not just reaching out, you're reminding them of the rare and irreplaceable qualities they bring to the world. People crave to feel seen, not just noticed, but truly seen for who they are. Generic compliments or shallow conversations fail to achieve this. They're like handing someone a cookie-cutter greeting card instead of writing a heartfelt letter. The only you effect works because it dives deeper. It's about saying, "I notice what makes you, you, and I value it." Let's use a metaphor to understand this better. Imagine you're a lighthouse keeper, and the sea is filled with countless ships. Most lighthouses flash the same light for every vessel, but yours shines in a way that signals one particular ship, a beacon meant only for them. That's what the only you effect does. It makes your words stand out amidst the noise, speaking directly to the heart of the person you're reaching out to. Crafting a message with the only you effect starts with genuine observation. Think about their unique traits, the way they handle challenges, their distinctive sense of humor, or their thoughtful insights. Instead of sending something generic like, "You're great," try something like, "I admire how you always find the silver lining, even in tough situations. It's something I rarely see in people, and it inspires me." Notice how specific and personal this feels. It's not just about flattery. It's about making them feel valued for qualities they may not even realize they possess. This type of message is powerful because it gives them a gift most people don't receive often, the sense of being truly understood. Another way to create this effect is by framing your message as something exclusive to them. For instance, you could say, "I was thinking about something today, and you're the only person who'd truly understand it. It's one of the things I love about talking to you." This simple shift in phrasing implies that there's something special about their perspective, something that sets them apart from everyone else. It's the equivalent of giving someone a key to a hidden door that only they can unlock. It's a small gesture, but it carries immense meaning. Now imagine the lasting impact this kind of connection can have. When someone feels uniquely seen and valued, they're far more likely to think of you, miss your presence, and crave your messages. You're not just another person in their life, you're someone who makes them feel extraordinary, and that's a connection they'll want to nurture. Here's the best part. Creating the only you effect doesn't require grand gestures or poetic language. It just takes authenticity and intention. Look for the little details others overlook. Listen closely to their stories, observe their actions, and reflect back what you see. In doing so, your words will become a mirror that shows them the best parts of themselves, a reflection they can't ignore. As we close this lesson, remember that your words have the power to make someone feel truly special. You have the ability to become the voice that makes them pause, the message that brightens their day, and the connection that stays with them long after the conversation ends. So here's your affirmation. I see value in others, and my words reflect their uniqueness. Write it in the comments to solidify this mindset and make it your own. If you found this lesson inspiring, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you life-changing insights that empower you to build stronger, more meaningful connections. Let's make every message count. Number 4. The anticipation teaser. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind teasing your face as you gaze at a horizon painted with the promise of something extraordinary. You don't know exactly what lies beyond, but the sheer thrill of not knowing stirs something deep inside. A spark of excitement, a hunger to discover what's next. That's the magic of anticipation, and when you weave this element into your messages, you create an irresistible pull, one that keeps them intrigued, curious, and eagerly waiting for more. As the philosopher Søren Kierkegaard once said, life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forward. Anticipation is about pulling someone forward, making them lean into the moment and the mystery you've created. When you master this, your words become more than just messages. They become experiences they can't forget, leaving them wondering, pondering, and longing for the next piece of the puzzle. Let's explore the art of the anticipation teaser, a tool that blends human psychology and Stoic wisdom to make your presence not only felt, but craved. When used right, this technique can transform an ordinary conversation into a spark that lights up their thoughts long after your message has been read. The power of leaving them wanting more. Think of your favorite story, the kind that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The storyteller doesn't reveal everything at once. They sprinkle clues, build tension, and create moments where you're left guessing, imagining, and craving the resolution. The anticipation teaser works on the same principle. It's not about withholding information for the sake of mystery, but about creating an emotional journey where they can't wait to hear from you again. For example, sending a message like, "I've got a surprise for you, but I'm saving it for just the right moment," immediately piques their curiosity. You're hinting at something exciting, something special, but holding back just enough to make them lean in. It's the verbal equivalent of unwrapping a gift, slowly, layer by layer, making every moment feel richer and more meaningful. Anticipation as a gift of connection. Picture a delicious meal being prepared. The aroma fills the air, tantalizing your senses before you even take the first bite. That's what an anticipation teaser does. It sets the stage, stirring emotions and excitement before the actual reveal. It's not just about the end result. It's about the journey, the shared experience of building up to something memorable. The beauty of this technique is its versatility. Whether you're reconnecting with someone distant or strengthening a bond that's already there, anticipation creates a sense of shared excitement. When you say, "I can't wait to tell you what I've been planning, it's going to be amazing," you're inviting them into a moment that feels personal, exclusive, and uniquely crafted for them. The psychology of anticipation. Human beings are wired to crave closure. When there's an unanswered question or an incomplete thought, our minds naturally want to resolve it. This is why cliffhangers in books, movies, and TV shows are so effective. They leave us wanting more. By incorporating anticipation into your messages, you activate this same psychological pull, making it almost impossible for them to resist engaging with you. A well-placed teaser message like, "You'll never guess what I've got in store for us," doesn't just ignite their curiosity. It also creates a sense of partnership and shared excitement. You're subtly telling them, "You're part of something special with me." That feeling is powerful. It fosters connection and keeps you on their mind. The key to crafting an effective anticipation teaser lies in balance. Reveal too little, and it may come across as vague or frustrating. Reveal too much, and you lose the magic of mystery. A well-crafted teaser should feel like a playful nudge, a breadcrumb on the trail that leads to something meaningful. For instance, saying, "I've got a challenge in mind for us, but you'll have to wait to find out," creates intrigue without being too cryptic. It gives them enough to hold on to while leaving them eager for the next message. The anticipation teaser isn't just about the build-up. It's also about delivering on the promise. When the moment comes to reveal your surprise or share the idea, ensure it matches the excitement you've created. Whether it's a thoughtful observation, an exciting plan, or a heartfelt confession, make the payoff worth the wait. The trust and connection you build by following through on the anticipation you've created will leave a lasting impression. As the Stoics teach us, it's not about forcing outcomes, but about creating opportunities. Your words, like well-placed seeds, have the power to grow into moments that matter. Use this technique not to manipulate, but to connect, to build bridges of excitement and curiosity that draw others closer to you. Now, let's affirm this power together. My words create anticipation that connects and captivates. Write this in the comments below and make it your mantra. And if you found value in this lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every like, every subscriber fuels our mission to create life-changing lessons that empower and inspire. Let's keep growing together. Number 5. The unanswered question. Have you ever had a question linger in your mind, something so intriguing that it refuses to fade away? It's the kind of thought that sneaks into your quiet moments, demanding your attention, teasing you with its mystery. Now imagine sending someone a message that creates that same effect. An unanswered question so compelling they can't help but replay it in their minds, trying to piece it together. That's the power of this technique. It's not just about asking a question, it's about opening a door they feel irresistibly drawn to step through. As Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves." The beauty of an unanswered question lies in its ability to stir curiosity and reflection. It invites someone into a mental space where they can explore, wonder, and connect with you on a deeper level. Unlike statements which often provide closure, questions are the sparks that light the fires of imagination. When you master this approach, your words become more than just messages. They become invitations to a journey they can't ignore. Imagine your unanswered question as a key, perfectly crafted to fit the lock of their curiosity. Once that key turns, it's almost impossible to resist peeking through the door you've opened. Picture sending a message like, "Do you ever wonder why certain people just click with each other? It's something I've been thinking about." Suddenly, you've created a puzzle, one that gently challenges them to engage, to reflect, and to share. It's not about demanding a reply. It's about creating a moment so compelling that their mind naturally gravitates back to it. Think of it like planting a seed in fertile soil. At first, it seems small and insignificant, but as they think about your question, replaying it in their mind, it begins to grow roots. Perhaps they start wondering what inspired you to ask it, or how they feel about the topic themselves. That's the magic of an unanswered question. It doesn't fade away. It lingers, taking on a life of its own. Let's use a metaphor to explore this even further. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest path. In the distance, you see the faint glimmer of something intriguing, a light, a movement, a hint of something worth discovering. But the path to reach it is hidden in shadows, and the only way to uncover its secrets is to step forward, to venture into the unknown. That's exactly what an unanswered question does. It offers just enough to pique their interest, but holds back enough to leave them wanting more. The journey to uncover the answer becomes irresistible. When crafting an unanswered question, it's important to make it feel personal and genuine. Avoid vague or generic queries. Instead, focus on something that resonates with the person you're messaging. A question like, "I've always wondered, what do you think is the one thing that sets someone apart in a crowd?" has universal appeal, but feels thoughtful and specific. It encourages introspection, making them curious not only about your thoughts, but also about their own perspective. The Stoics taught us to find strength in the things we can control, and to let go of what lies beyond our influence. When you send an unanswered question, you're embodying this principle. You're not forcing a response or chasing validation. Instead, you're planting a seed with care, trusting that if it resonates, it will grow. This approach shifts the dynamic in your favor, as they are naturally drawn to engage with your words. Here's another example. Do you ever think about how certain moments seem to connect us in ways we don't fully understand? It's reflective, intriguing, and leaves space for them to interpret it in their own way. The beauty of this message lies in its openness. It doesn't corner them or demand an answer. Instead, it invites them to explore their thoughts while subtly tying those reflections back to you. An unanswered question isn't just a message, it's an experience. It's a moment of curiosity and connection that lingers far beyond the initial interaction. It creates a bridge between your thoughts and theirs, building a sense of intrigue and closeness that's hard to forget. This isn't about manipulation, it's about authenticity. It's about creating a genuine space where their mind feels safe to wander and wonder. So, as you craft your next message, remember the power of leaving the door slightly ajar. Invite them to step through, not because they have to, but because they can't resist discovering what lies beyond. Be the spark that ignites their curiosity, the presence they return to in their quiet moments. Now, let me leave you with an affirmation to carry forward. My words inspire curiosity and create lasting connections. Write it in the comments below to make it yours, and let this practice become part of how you approach communication. If this lesson resonated with you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you insights that truly transform the way you connect with others. Together, let's continue to grow, learn, and create unforgettable moments with every message we send. Number 6. The compliment with depth. Have you ever received a compliment so thoughtful, so uniquely personal, that it stopped you in your tracks? It wasn't just flattery or a polite gesture. It felt like someone truly saw you beyond the surface, acknowledging a part of you that often goes unnoticed. That's the kind of compliment that lingers, the kind that warms your heart days later. This is the power of a compliment with depth, a message that doesn't just praise but resonates, building a connection rooted in genuine appreciation and insight. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Compliments that honor a person's true self have the power to create a profound impact. When you reflect back to someone an aspect of their character or a quality they didn't even realize you noticed, you're doing more than complimenting them. You're reminding them of their uniqueness in a world that often overlooks the deeper layers of who we are. Imagine this: a river flowing silently through a forest. On the surface, it seems calm and unremarkable, but beneath the water, a vibrant ecosystem thrives. Most people pass by, noticing only the ripples, never stopping to appreciate the life within. A compliment with depth is like pausing to point out the fish, the sunlight filtering through the water, the intricate beauty that lies below. When you take the time to notice what others overlook, your words don't just float away. They dive deep, anchoring themselves in their hearts. These compliments are not about shallow praise. Saying, "You're pretty," or "You're smart," might elicit a polite thank you, but they don't stay with someone. On the other hand, a message like, "I admire how you handle tough situations with such grace. It's something I've rarely seen in others," speaks to a strength of character. It acknowledges something intrinsic, a quality that defines them, and in doing so, it makes them feel seen in a way few ever do. Human psychology tells us that we all crave validation of our deeper selves, the qualities we take pride in, the struggles we've overcome, the values we hold dear. But here's the thing: we don't always realize when those traits shine through. Sometimes it takes another person to point them out. That's why a thoughtful compliment feels like a mirror held up to the soul, reflecting not just how others see us, but who we truly are. When crafting a compliment with depth, think of it as sculpting rather than painting. A painter applies layers to the surface, but a sculptor reveals what's already within the marble. Your goal is to uncover the beauty, the strength, the resilience that is already there. Perhaps there's someone who always finds the silver lining in challenging situations. Instead of a generic, "You're so positive," you could say, "I've noticed how you manage to find light even in the darkest times. It's rare and inspiring." That compliment doesn't just acknowledge their positivity, it celebrates their ability to persevere, to hope, to inspire. Or maybe they have a way of making people feel heard. Instead of, "You're such a good listener," try something like, "It's amazing how you make people feel truly understood. It's a gift not many people have." This turns a simple observation into a deeply personal and meaningful reflection of their impact on others. Think of these messages as planting seeds in a garden. A shallow compliment might bloom quickly and fade just as fast, but a compliment with depth is like planting a tree. It takes root, grows over time, and becomes a part of the landscape of their thoughts. They'll remember how your words made them feel, how you saw something in them that others missed, and they'll carry that with them long after the conversation ends. As you master this art, remember that this isn't about flattery or manipulation. It's about authenticity, about genuinely noticing the qualities that make someone who they are and taking the time to express it. Compliments like these not only strengthen connections, but also build trust and mutual respect. And in doing so, they ensure that your words, your presence, are never forgotten. So, take a moment to reflect on the people in your life. What do you admire about them? What qualities have you noticed that they might not even see in themselves? Craft your next message with care, with thought, and with the intention to make them feel truly valued. Here's an affirmation for you. I see the beauty in others, and my words make a lasting impact. Write this in the comments below as a reminder of the power you hold to connect and uplift through your communication. And if you found value in this lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating these life-changing lessons, empowering you to build stronger, deeper connections every day. Number 7. The shared vision. Have you ever come across something, a breathtaking view, an inspiring story, or even a fleeting moment of beauty, and thought to yourself, "I wish I could share this with them"? That spark of connection, the instinct to include someone in your experience, is the essence of what we call the shared vision. It's the ability to create a moment, an idea, or even a dream that ties you and another person together in a way that feels both personal and profound. This isn't just about sharing an idea, it's about weaving a thread between two minds, creating a bond that feels like it was always meant to exist. As the great poet Rumi once said, "What you seek is seeking you." The shared vision taps into this universal truth, that deep down, we all long for connections where we feel aligned, as though we're moving toward the same horizon. When you craft a message that embodies this idea, you're not just reaching out, you're creating a sense of belonging, an unspoken promise that your paths are somehow intertwined. It's not about what you want from them, it's about inviting them into something bigger, something that feels meaningful for both of you. Imagine you're walking through an art gallery and you pause in front of a painting. It's captivating, its colors, its movement, its story. You could enjoy it alone, but instead, you find yourself wishing someone else was there, someone who could see what you see, feel what you feel. That's what a shared vision message does. It takes a moment of insight, an idea, or a possibility, and extends an invitation for someone to step into it with you. This isn't about saying, "Look at me." It's about saying, "Look at this, and let's experience it together." A message like, "I came across something today that made me think of us. I can't wait to share the idea with you," isn't just intriguing. It plants the seed of connection. The phrase, "made me think of us," immediately creates a sense of unity, even if the us is still undefined. It sparks curiosity, leaving the other person wondering what it could be, while simultaneously creating the feeling that they're already part of something special. It's not just about what you're sharing, it's about who you're choosing to share it with. This approach works because it taps into two powerful psychological principles: anticipation and exclusivity. By hinting at an idea but holding back the details, you build anticipation. The person on the other end starts imagining what you might mean, and their curiosity grows. At the same time, the exclusivity of "this made me think of us" makes them feel chosen, unique, like they're the only one who could truly understand or appreciate what you're about to share. Picture this. You're standing on the edge of a vast canyon, the kind that takes your breath away. You turn to your companion and say, "I knew you'd appreciate this view." In that moment, the connection deepens, not because of the canyon itself, but because you've framed it as something meant to be experienced together. The shared vision in messaging works the same way. It's not about the specifics of the idea or moment you're referencing. It's about the way you frame it as something uniquely suited to the two of you. When you send a shared vision message, you're giving the other person a glimpse into your world, while simultaneously making room for them to imagine themselves in it. It's an invitation, not a demand, a subtle yet powerful way of saying, "This matters, and so do you." Whether it's an idea for an adventure, a memory you're building, or a simple moment of alignment, these messages linger. They spark something in the recipient, not just about the message itself, but about the connection they feel with you. The beauty of the shared vision is that it doesn't need to be grandiose. It could be as simple as, "I saw something today that instantly made me think of how you'd react. I can't wait to share it with you." Or, "This gave me an idea for us. I'll tell you soon, you're going to love it." The key is to blend curiosity with intention, leaving them intrigued while reinforcing the sense that they are a part of something meaningful. You're not just sending a text, you're creating a moment they'll replay in their mind.